All right, we are back at it today, and if you remember, we recently shared our experience with an EDC flashlight from AceBeam, and today we're again taking a look at another EDC light. This time it's the Thrunite Defender. Thrunite is usually known for their more traditional tactical or workhorse lights, but they've stepped into the flat light arena to see if they can offer something a bit more budget-friendly. We'll put the updated price and purchase link down in the description so you can follow along with the specs as we go. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. The Defender comes in Thrunite's standard cardboard box, and honestly, it ain't exactly eye-pleasing. It's just a plain brown box, but that doesn't really matter. We aren't here for the packaging, we're here for the gear inside. Inside the box, you're getting the light itself, the user manual, and a USB A to C charging cable. Simple, basic, and gets the job done. The design is largely the same as most other EDC flat lights out there right now. It's basically a slab with a button and a rotary dial on the front. It's an established design that we know works great because it disappears in a pocket much better than a round light. The Type-C port is tucked away and feels very well protected. It wasn't the most intuitive thing to open with one hand, you kind of have to dig in there, but that also means it's likely safe from accidental openings or water damage. There is an ugly warning sticker on the side of our unit that ruins the vibe, but luckily that can be easily removed. Holding it in the hand, the light has a subtle weight to it that makes it feel solid. It's got that heft that gives off a sense of quality. It grips quite well thanks to the jimpings on both sides, which is a nice touch because flat lights can sometimes feel like a bar of soap. It isn't too wide or too narrow, and the thickness feels normal, so holding it doesn't feel awkward when you're actually using it. However, the controls were a bit of a mixed bag for us. Thrunite went with a central button surrounded by a rotary switch, but the button itself doesn't really feel tactile. The clicks are kind of mushy and subtle, and the same goes for the rotary switch. We usually like a nice crisp snap when we're cycling modes, and this just feels a little soft. Thrunite gave us 4 main positions on that rotary switch: lockout, white light, laser, and UV. You can actually switch between these channels while the light is already on. For example, if you're using the white light and you rotate the dial to the laser mode, the white light kills instantly and the laser fires up. It's a seamless transition that works well if you're using this for a presentation or pointing things on a job site. One thing we noticed is that switching from the lockout position to the white light position does not actually turn the light on. You still have to press the center button to get a beam. To us, it might have been nicer for it to automatically turn on to your last memorized mode when you exit the lockout, but it's a minor gripe. The button functions are pretty standard and easy to get used to. A single click handles your on-off. Once it's on, you just hold the button to cycle through the stepped brightness levels, low, medium, and high. You've also got the classic shortcuts we look for in an EDC light. A long hold from the off position gets you into moonlight mode, which is essential for not blowing out your night vision. 2 clicks from anywhere kicks you into turbo, and 3 clicks gets you into strobe. It does have mode memory for your main levels, which we always appreciate because no one wants to be blinded by a high mode when they were expecting a low mode. Performance-wise, the beam on the Defender is definitely on the floody side. This isn't a thrower that's going to reach out and touch a house 3 blocks away. It's a utility beam well suited for EDC tasks. Spec-wise, Moonlight mode emits about half a lumen, which is perfect for reading a map or finding something in the tent without waking everyone up. Then you've got low, medium, and high. We found the medium mode to be the absolute sweet spot for most cases, whether you're hiking, backpacking, or just trying to find a dropped bolt under the rig. The beam is consistent and fills your field of view nicely. The UV light also looks solid. It's great for checking currency or highlighting anything sketchy that shouldn't be there. As for the laser, it's a standard green pointer, nothing crazy, but it's a handy gadget to have built into your primary light. Charging takes about an hour and 10 to 20 minutes, which wasn't a big deal for us at all. A cool feature is that you can still use the light while it's plugged into the wall, which makes it a decent emergency backup if you're near a power bank. There are 4 battery indicator lights right above the switches, with each one indicating about 25% of the charge. The last light turns red when you're under 10%, so you're not guessing if you've got juice left. Now we have to talk about the tail cap. It does come with a magnetic tail cap, but on our unit, the magnet isn't that reliable. Sometimes it stays, sometimes it doesn't. If we tried to stick it to the side of the rig to work on a tire, it would just slide right down or fall off. We have no idea how that ended up like that. It might be a faulty unit, or maybe the magnet just isn't strong enough for the weight of the light. If it's like this for your unit as well, definitely let us know in the comments section so we can see if it's a widespread issue. Also, we have to mention the built-in battery. While it makes the light slim and convenient, it means that once the battery eventually dies for good years down the road, the whole light is basically toast. That kind of comes with the territory for EDC flat lights, but it's something to keep in mind if you prefer replaceable cells. In our opinion, considering everything together, and especially the price, the Thrunite Defender feels like a balanced choice. Thrunite did just about everything right here and managed to keep it at a very affordable price point compared to some of the big-name flat lights that can cost nearly double. You're getting industry-standard USB-C charging, a great battery indicator, good ergonomics, and a beam profile that actually makes sense for daily carry. Although the switches could definitely be more tactile and that magnet needs to be way stronger to be useful, it still checks most of the boxes. There are no weird proprietary chargers that you'll lose in a week, and there isn't a weird UI that you'll never get used to. It's not an especially exciting or flashy light, but it's a tool that works. If you're in the market for an EDC flat light and you want something that's affordable but performs well, the Defender would definitely stay in our consideration. So, that's the breakdown on the Thrunite Defender. It's a solid, budget-friendly entry into the flat light world that gets the job done without the extra fluff. If you've used this light and had a better experience with the magnet, or if yours is mushy like ours, hit us up in the comments. We want to hear your experience. We'll put the links to this light down in the description so you can check it out for yourself. If you found this review helpful, do us a favor. Hit that like button, share this with your gearhead buddies, and subscribe to the channel for more no-nonsense reviews. Other than that, we hope you all have a nice day. Peace.